Let's move on to the next features. One is Object View and Repeater. The second one is the Chart Designer, but Chart Designer is only applicable for SCADA. So let's go on for the Object View and Repeater. Firstly, open the project, then turn to the View page. Here we can see there is an Object View folder. We can add new Object View. Here we can set the COM Object View or Model Object View. Model Object View is you can see the data module from the data model here. This is the data model we created before, and for the common object view, you need to create a data model here. Click on the add to add a custom data model. The name is here. Confirm and add field in this model, and change the display name. R2 and R3. Apply changes. After adding the custom model, we can back to the view and add a new object view, common object view. Confirm. Because this is duplicated, we can change the interface of this object view. Add parameter and the data tab. We can choose the dataset model, a custom data model we created just now, and click OK. This dialog box cannot be moved. Also, we can use another way. We can delete this and back to the data set or data model. Here you can see we create the TRT model, and we can click on the viewers. Here we can add the new model. Confirm. But now it is the model object view because we created directly from the data model. And then we can add some components because we created 3 integer data type in this object view. So we can add 3 numeric input and bind the value R1, R2, and R3. Okay, the object view is created. Then we can back to the basic page, create a new page. We can name it object repeat. And set it as a main page. Then select the repeater. Here we need to choose a template, repeat template. Here we choose a model object TRT. confirm. Then we need to choose the number of the template repeats and select the parameters. So how many templates we want to copy? We need to create a variable. Array of the data type is array of the TRT. Here the array length we can set 5 or we can set 6. Now we can repeat 6 objects in this repeater. Here we can bind to the variable, confirm. Now here we can see there are 6 objects, and here we can see that we can set the direction and justify content. You can set whether to wrap, to display. Here this is 6 objects, and then we will write for easily use and write data to each object. We need to use an index. For example, if I input the index for 1, then I will write the second object. If I input the 0, I will write the value to the third one. So we also need to create a variable that is the index of this object. Here we need to add a numeric input and bound it to the index value. And now we can drag this model object view to the screen, and once then bind the value, bind a struct value. Here we need to choose the dynamic index because we need to use the index to write the value for each object. Here we can see again how to set this dynamic index. First, you need to click on this array data type, and here to select index method, static index or dynamic index. If we want to use to write the data to each object by index, we need to use the dynamic index. Here we select the indexed variable, and then here this option will appear on the left-right list, a left side list. Then click confirm to bind it to, and then we can take offline simulation. So now the index value is 1, so I can write the value to the first object, and when I change the value to 1, that is the second object, and when I change it to 5, this is the last one. Last one is here. So with object view and repeater, you can easily copy one template to N, and it will make your project development more quickly and conveniently. Then the next feature is the chart designer, but as we said before, this function only applicable for SCADA. So we have to change the deployment type to the Flex SCADA. Now it is FPAD 916, so we need to confirm to change. Same to the list, the chart designer also use the data from the dataset. Here you can click on Add New Chart, and here you can see the data source. The source is from the dataset or script return value. For the script return value, it involves the Python scripting. We will introduce this function in next video. And here we can choose the dataset. Firstly, we can choose the. I suppose that is test. Yes, confirm. And here are many display type you can choose: column and stacked column chart, percent, bar chart, line chart, and area chart, or donut chart. Here you can choose as you need. And we can choose in this example. We choose this percent stack. And the dimension means the x-axis. The indicator means the y-axis. So we can use the data name or datetime as a dimension, and the indicator uses the variable. And you can click on this data to change the properties of this. You can choose the sorting order, ascending or descending, or aggregate method, year or year quarter or year month, year week, and data format, or you can delete this field or modify display name. And for the number display, you can click on. Here also you can the aggregate method, we can use the sum, average, max, minimum count, or duplication count. Also you can choose the advanced calculation percentage, YOY or MOM. And also you can add a rule to search this chart by this rule. We can use the datetime to search, or use the variables value to search. First, for example, we can search by the variable value. For example, if I choose max and the minimum, here we can change the chart name here, test. Now we can click OK, click Save. Also, you can change the chart properties on the right side of this. You can change the title, x-axis, and the y-axis, and the data item, and the data tag, data color. You can choose other colors with the different variables. Then save. Then back to the view to display this chart. Add a new page, chart display, confirm, set main page, and click on the My Charts. Here you can see the My Charts. Drag to add this chart to this page, and also we need to copy the value of tag 1 and tag 2. Tag 1 and this is tag 3 or tag 4 and tag 3. Tag 4 and tag 3 to the chart. Then add the value. Copy this too. To filter the data. This one is bound to the max, to the chart minimum, and the chart max. Then we can take offline simulation. Now you can see the value is the chart is displayed, and we can write the value variable 3 and variable 55. Because this is a percentage, I should to add column chart to show the hour some conduction. Or we already do we can see this. Take offline simulation, there is a chart here, and take offline simulation. Chart. Here you can also see from the 18th to now. September 23. So this value will displayed, and this data will not change. We can delete this filter. The data changes. So this is a chart designer. This is how to configure the chart designer. You can choose different charts as you need, and meet the application requirement. Historical data set, object view, and chart designer, and web browser function are most important features for FPAD and FPAD SCADA. So after introducing these important features, let's go back to the general introduction of the FPAD interface. Here, once you created a new project, you can see there are many parts in this project navigation. Firstly is application. Under the application, they have data, view, dataset, chart designer, and application management. This application management is includes the application variable. This is like system variables. And chart designer and dataset and view. View is to create the project screen, and dataset is for save data, to save historical data, and chart designer is to display the static data. The data is to, the first one is variables. You can add new variables. You can regard it as a global variable list. And event is more like alarm and event configuration. You can add new events here, name and ID, and event type, alarm or information, and the severity, and which condition this alarm will be triggered. Then method. There are two types of method. The first one is simple method. Is to do the simple calculation. Here you can click on the method. You can input a name and set the input. Name is test and add step action. To subtract the value, set bit or use other API related or data related. You can use a condition to trigger this method. And next one is Python. Python script is more advanced than simple method. Here you can create a new Python script. Here you can you need to enable execution. Also, you can use variables to enable or disable this script and confirm. For the input and output, it depends on application requirements. Then here you can see we create a TY script, and there are many system methods you can refer to. How to get a variable value. There is simple. You need to input the variable name, and will you get this value, and get a structured variable value. Also remote dataset, local dataset, to add a single record or add a record in batches. And logging, record a log. Also, you can use a code template to connect to the database and to do some Excel operations, export or read, write, and new Excel. Create a new Excel or connect to publish data to MQTT server. So this is application. And in the view, there are some other setup. First one is page. Second one is permission. Here you can click on the permission to assign the permission for each component on each screen, visible or enable. And next is app event. You can add a new app event and add action. This is the application event. Switch to page and controlled by variable value. You can use this value to change the screen, to change the page. For example, this value, the variable of this value is 1. You can set this, for example, we can use an index. If the index value is 1, it will change to the page 1. And the event trigger, you can use timer or variable change or event trigger. Then remote access. This is for the web access. The default max client is 10, but for SCADA it is up to 128. The maximum client for the FPAD is 10, I suppose. And also you can use a new control permission. If you access the FPAD or Flex SCADA project, you need to, and if you want to control the component on the screen, you have to log in your permission. And if you don't have any operation on the screen, your permission will be released, and others can control these components. This is user operation interlock or remote client IP interlock. Here you can see. After you have no operation on the screen for 10 seconds, your permission will be released and others can control. And also here, you need to remote access need login page. And for the settings, there are some sound configuration, scroll bar, log operation, communication timeout. Most important is the language font configuration. Here you can choose the display language and permission login, adaptive configuration, and keyboard configuration. You can choose use the customized touch keyboard or not. So this is an application. The data model is to create a custom struct. There are some system struct, and this is a runtime system user like the historical data saving. And this is custom struct. And service means that Flex SCADA or FPAD work as a slave device. You can add service here, service name and service type to connect to other devices. For the deployment, this is hardware of the this is the FPAD. This is a configuration of FPAD and Flex SCADA itself. Here you can see the application settings and to add connections to the other device. But in connection settings, the FPAD and Flex SCADA works as a master device. Also, you can add other preferences like camera, printer, and card reader. You can click Add and prefer type camera printer, and name. And the printer is use Ethernet or USB. Here you need to upload the drivers. And for the library, there are font library, graphics library, text library. Graphics, the FSU integrates many graphics in the software. Here you can see many secondary connection diagram and reactor, compressor, office supplies, and meters. This you can use this graphics for free. And text library. For frequently used text, you can add them to the text library. For example, we can add one and add row. The value is data type is value, and the value is 14. You can set the Chinese and English. Value 1, value from 0 to 1. This is, for example, start. Then you can write the Chinese. And English. Then you can use this text in the view. For example, text. Using the text library, start. Text library, save changes. Okay, here you can see. Then the styles and the font library, you can import the font to the here. You can import the font to this software. And the remote system. Remote system is to connect it to the other database or FTP server. And page template. Because here you can click view and save this page as template test. Then you can copy this template template page, then reuse in other. For example, I can create a new project and I can reuse this template in this new project. Here, page template. New page, template, select from library, confirm. So here you can reuse this page. And for the then for the this one, there are some protocol template, but this is not applicable for now. And user administration, you can add many users and assign the user and set the user password, or whether you can log in by RFID card